So in this series of videos, we're looking at the basics of using Office 365, because I've noticed that people, even though they use these tools for many, many hours every day, don't seem to have covered off the real absolute basics that you need to know. So there's no technical stuff here. This is just what I consider, in my opinion, the essentials you absolutely must know. So in this video, we're looking at Microsoft Word. So Microsoft Word is a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. Let's find Word on this. So we're looking at Word 2016, but it doesn't really matter which version you're using. They're all much of a muchness, really. What a WYSIWYG editor is by the way, just click that. Yeah, I don't care. A WYSIWYG editor is what you see is what you get. What that means is you can see what you're typing and how it's going to be laid out when it's finished. Now, traditionally, you've done all the editing separately, and this is actually what I recommend the process is. So when you open up the window, you see you've got here various different templates you could use, but most people start with a blank document. Now, the first mistake that people make, and the first thing you want to do before you even start doing anything, is you want to save this document. Save as, stick it on OneDrive. The reason that you want to save it before you start is that way you're not going to accidentally overwrite it. Save it as a different document. If Word crashes, it doesn't matter. Test.1 really doesn't matter, because we've now got, you should say at the top of the name of the file, but I can't quite read it. There you go, doc1. It doesn't really matter. The point is you want to give it a good sensible title and save it in a sensible location. Don't just scatter stuff around your file system. Save it somewhere sensible. We'll come on later to using various Microsoft tools to manage your files more effectively. Microsoft created this random idea of a filing system, like filing drawers we put folders in. It's not really how computers store stuff. They just have a pointer. So you should be thinking about how to organize your files. So those that you need to access again, you can find. Those you never need to look at again, you just want to store somewhere while you're working on them, and then you can throw them away. Now we've saved the document, then we want to start writing whatever it is we're writing. So we're writing a letter. It was great. I don't know what you're going to write. So while we're looking at this, one of the things that I also see people that are weak Office users using is they don't bother learning to touch type. So I'll link in the description below to a couple of tools you can use to learn to touch type. If you're pecking at the keyboard, it's wasting enormous amounts of time. It will take you probably half a day to learn to touch type to some proficient standard. That'll probably save you probably 2, 3, 4, 5 hours a week. So I'm not a great typist, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty rubbish, but the amount of time you save by using all your fingers rather than one or two is enormous, because you shouldn't need to look at the keyboard while you're typing. So whatever you want to write, you can see that I don't really look at the keyboard at all when I'm typing. I just put my second fingers on the, I'll try and show you this. The first finger's even on the F and the J. The first finger's on the F and the J, and off we go. Now, one of the other things that you'll notice is, see all this blue underlined stuff and the red underlined stuff? I don't care about this. I'm just writing the document. I'm not worried about the layout. I don't care. Getting the stuff down on the page. Because one of the mistakes that I see a lot of people make is they're going through as they're typing and they're right clicking, whatever. So forget that. Write the thing out, get everything you want there together, then press the F7 key. That will bring up the grammar. You can change it or you can not change it, or whatever you think is appropriate. We can delete this bit completely. I don't really like the layout in there. There you go. So much quicker than right clicking or whatever. So then once we've done that, we've spell checked the document. But the great thing about Word is it's not clever enough to know if you typed completely the wrong word, or whether the word should be capitalized, or if it's a technical term or someone's name. It's not going to know that. So let's run through the letter quickly. Tidy up what we want, delete the bits that we don't want. Yes, we can move up here. It doesn't really matter. Well, the point I'm trying to demonstrate is that you write the thing, then you worry about the formatting. What I quite often do, if it's a long, complicated document, I run the spell check through, quickly skim through it, fix anything obvious. Then I print it off, I take it away, and I check through all the errors. And then before I finalize it, because I'm terrible at spelling, I give it to somebody else to check as well. Then once you've done that, you can then press Control S for sugar to save the document. Then, if you want to print it, you press Control P. Make sure you've got the right printer. So in this case, we don't want that one. We want possibly that one. Click Print. Done. Now, the other thing that people just seem to be completely confused about are really basic shortcut keys. So I mentioned Control P to print, but there's also Control A, select everything. That's really worth learning. Control A, Control C. So hold down the Control key, press the C. That will copy out all of the text. The reason it's plinging is I've got this app that removes the formatting, but we're not worried about that. And then Control V to paste, or Control X to cut. What's there? Oh, it's getting confused. Control X to cut the document. So you might want to use that if you want to get rid of a piece of text completely. So you could use Control A and Control X, but we can put it back with Control V. Then because we've finished the document now and we've printed it or whatever we've done with it, we know we've saved it because we pressed that Control S earlier. That's it. Now, one of the things you can do with later versions of Word is play around with all these different highlighting colours. Now, I've no idea, how many highlighting colours do you have in your drawer? They've cut it down a lot. But anyway, you can choose to use the headings. This is quite good for formatting. So say we decide we want to make this the heading. We use heading 1. We can make this a bulleted list, or possibly a numbered bulleted list. And if we want to index it further, we can use the tab key. And when you go to the end of the line, I press end there to get to the end of the line, press enter, and it will keep putting the bullets in. And then say it messes up the formatting for me, you could insert a page break. Control enter. Then you get really confused, like, why is there a page break there? I didn't add this page break. If you press this little backwards P symbol, the paragraph thing, this shows all the formatting. So you see there's a page break there. So we don't want that. We can press the backspace key and delete it. Right, that's more than enough stuff for you to be getting on with. The major things, though, I just want to be clear is, before you start work, save the document in the right location. Create the document as you want it to be. Then save it again. Spell check it. Then do the read through, check you've got everything that you need to be on there. Then you can pass it to someone else or email it or whatever you want to do. You know, you can email directly from here as well now. There's a share. Anyway, there's tons of stuff you can do with Microsoft Office. And if you need help, Microsoft has spent a lot of time and money producing lots and lots of help files. Well, how do you get to it in this? Is it this button here? Comments? No. Share? No. Where's the help button gone? Oh, here. Print. So Microsoft have produced all of this help. They've got endless videos. They've got all sorts of stuff that you can use. By the way, you can just press F1 to get to this help window. The weird thing is because I've been using Microsoft Word, well, AMI Pro and WordPerfect before Microsoft Word even existed, I've kind of got used to different ways of working. And I noticed a lot of people are switching to the mouse, to the keyboard. They're hunting and pecking the keys. They're switching back and forth. This is wasting enormous amounts of time. I'm sure if you go onto Google and search for word shortcuts, you can learn some more, but that's plenty to get you started. I would advise you to go and watch some of the Microsoft videos. There's tons of stuff you could learn. The final thing I want to show you is creating a template. So say we write a lot of letters very similar to this not particularly well formatted one. What you can do, you can use the Microsoft template. So you could save this as a template. Show you how to do that. Change it to a template. This will save it in the templates on your PCs. That's good. There you go, and there's your template. So you can create a document based on the existing one using the templates. So if you're creating lots of identical documents, that's the way to do it. However, if you've got an existing document you want to modify for it to be a new document, this is why it's so important to save the document. So you open the document that you've got already. So say I wanted to create a document based on this document, which I've already got open, okay? what I'm going to do is I'm going to go File, Save As. It's a little bit slow because it's saving on OneDrive. Can you put the Save As window, possibly? File, Save As. Save as Doc2. Obviously give your files better names than Doc1 and Doc2. Now, when I'm working on this document, there's no chance of me overriding the old one. And you can see at the top the name of the document's here. So you know you're working on the correct document. There's nothing more annoying than overwriting the existing template that you were working on. So you've got some great big long document and then you overwrite it with something else. Obviously, if it's on OneDrive, you can get through the previous versions. So that's really the absolute basics that you need to do with Word. I think I've covered off all of the major points that I want to cover there. So in the next video, we're going to look at Microsoft Excel. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we're going to look at Microsoft Excel. Thank you for watching.